Hey, it's Sam from Sugar Spun Run, and today I'm sharing a super easy recipe for cannoli dip. So today's recipe takes everything you love about a cannoli, just is a lot easier to make than classic cannoli recipe. The first thing that we are going to need is 8 ounces of ricotta cheese. Now ricotta cheese normally has a lot of liquid, a lot of water in it, so we need to drain that out. So you want to do this at least several hours in advance of making your dip. What I actually did is yesterday I took my ricotta cheese and I took this metal strainer here, I lined it with 2 pieces of cheesecloth, added the ricotta inside of it, and then we placed something heavy on top. And then I put this in my fridge to sit overnight to strain out as much water as I could. So this is ready to go. I just wrapped my heavy can of tomatoes in foil to keep the label from getting all soggy. So this should be nice and dry now. You can see there's some water left behind there. We'll go ahead and add this ricotta to a bowl, mixing bowl. You can tell it's much drier than when it first went in there. And next we're going to add 8 ounces of mascarpone cheese. So when working with the ricotta and the mascarpone, you want the cheese to not be too warm. A lot of times, like with cream cheese, we'll soften it to room temperature. Don't do that here. So what I'll do is I will set this out 20 minutes before I need it, but I don't let it sit longer than that. So it becomes a little bit warmer, a little bit easier to mix, but it shouldn't actually be warm. Mascarpone can actually be a little bit finicky like that, so just something to keep in mind. So I'm going to stir these together on low speed just until combined. Another thing with mascarpone, if you overmix it, it can break, it can ruin your dip, so just be really gentle with it. You could do this step with a spatula, but it can be a little bit stiff, so I just use my mixer on low speed. But I'm going to use my spatula to scrape the sides and bottom of the bowl and make sure everything is nicely combined. So next we are going to very gently stir in our powdered sugar, which will sweeten the dip. You'll need 2 cups of powdered sugar. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of that now, like a little bit less than half. And I'm also going to add my vanilla extract here. This is 1½ teaspoons. Just a little bit of ground cinnamon. This is just a 1/4 teaspoon. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Adds a nice depth of flavor as well. Once again, keep your speed on low. We have some cheese hiding on the side there. And we'll add the rest of our powdered sugar and gently mix that in as well. And with this electric mixer of mine, even low speed is a little bit aggressive, so I'm stopping a little shy of everything being mixed together, and I'm switching over to using my spatula. So the dip is almost done, but we're going to add some whipped cream to it to fluff it up a little bit, give it a nicer consistency. And of course, we're going to make a simple homemade whipped cream. You're going to need a cup of very cold whipping cream, heavy cream, double cream, any of those will work. We're going to add 1/3 cup of powdered sugar to this. And you can see I swapped out my dirty beaters for some clean whisks, and I'm just going to beat this together until I have stiff peaks. I'll show you what that looks like. Just takes a couple minutes. Now, unlike when we were mixing the mascarpone and the ricotta, you don't have to be really gentle here. You're going to need to whip a lot of air into the whipped cream. All right, so let's take a look at this real quickly. You've got thick, fluffy, stiff peaks that hold their shape without falling back in on themselves. Could even go a tad further if I wanted to, but I'm pretty happy with this. Let's go ahead and add this into our mixture. And we're going to gently stir these ingredients together. I do recommend using your spatula at this point. All right, and once everything is combined, your dip is pretty much ready. I do want to mention a couple things. If you like to add pistachios, you could add some finely chopped pistachios into it. I like chocolate chips. I'm gonna add, it's like a heaping 1/2 cup of mini chocolate chips. And then I'm going to sprinkle some on top of the dip as well, just because it looks nice. Now, as with most dips, the flavor is going to develop, and this will taste even better if you let it sit in the fridge for a little bit before you serve it. An hour or so would be a good amount of time. I'm going to go ahead and put this right in my serving bowl though. Make sure when you put it in the fridge, you cover it. I can't wait to try this. And then to make it look a little extra pretty, just sprinkle with some chocolate chips before serving, or pistachios if you prefer. I also like a really light dusting of powdered sugar, because cannoli often has some powdered sugar on top of it. And then you can serve with really whatever you'd like. I like to use broken pizzelle or broken cannoli shells, or strawberries, or even graham crackers are great with this. So that is how you make this super simple cannoli dip. If you try it, let me know what you think. I always love hearing from you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, my favorite part. was good. It's good now, but let it sit in the fridge. It's even better. It's really good.